In a world where appearances often ruled, a new app called True Beauty quickly became a sensation. The app promised to reveal the beauty within, displaying not just how a person looked on the outside, but the qualities that made them beautiful on the inside. It used an advanced algorithm that analyzed a person's kindness, empathy, actions, and even their past experiences, transforming these traits into a unique visual representation. True beauty wasn't just about physical features, it was about the soul. Ella, a quiet young woman, had always struggled with self-esteem. She wasn't particularly tall or conventionally beautiful, and the pressures of social media often made her feel invisible. One evening, a friend recommended she try True Beauty, and though skeptical, she decided to download it. The app asked for a few basic details, a picture, her age, and a short questionnaire about her values and recent acts of kindness. After a few minutes, a photo of herself appeared on the screen, but it wasn't like any photo she had seen before. Her face was softly illuminated, glowing with a warm, golden light, and her eyes seemed to sparkle with an inner peace she hadn't noticed before. The app showed her a beautiful aura surrounding her, colored in vibrant shades of blue, representing calmness and empathy, with bursts of orange indicating her creativity. Her True Beauty score was high, reflecting her efforts to volunteer at a local shelter, listen patiently to friends in need, and maintain a positive outlook despite the challenges in her life. Ella couldn't believe it. For the first time, she saw herself as more than her physical appearance. She was more than the number on the scale or the latest beauty trend. She was a person of depth, kindness, and resilience. Her phone buzzed with notifications as friends began to try the app for themselves, and many of them shared their True Beauty photos with Ella, eager to see their own inner beauty reflected. The app became a viral sensation, encouraging people to focus on kindness and personal growth rather than just external validation. As more people used True Beauty, a subtle shift began to happen in society. People started complimenting each other on their actions, kindness, and the positive impact they had on others. Social media feeds, once flooded with curated, picture-perfect images, began to include posts celebrating kindness, empathy, and personal accomplishments. People posted their True Beauty images not to compare themselves to others, but to celebrate the uniqueness and goodness within themselves and their friends. Ella, once unsure of her place in the world, now felt confident in her own skin. She had always been beautiful, but now she could see it, inside and out. True Beauty had given her the gift of self-love and had reminded her that beauty wasn't just something you could see, it was something you could feel, radiate, and share with the world. Days turned into weeks, and the True Beauty app continued to grow in popularity, but something unexpected began to happen. As more people embraced the app and the concept of inner beauty, Ella noticed that it was becoming easier to connect with others in ways she had never imagined before. People were no longer just focused on surface-level interactions. They began to approach each other with genuine interest, looking for qualities that truly mattered: kindness, generosity, and empathy. Ella met Maya, a woman she had seen around town but had never spoken to before. Maya had shared her True Beauty image on social media, and the radiance that surrounded her was undeniable. Maya's aura was a rich mix of greens and pinks, representing nurturing and compassion. She was known for her work in animal rescue, and her True Beauty image reflected the love she had for all living beings. "Your True Beauty photo. It's stunning," Ella said one afternoon when they ran into each other at a cafe. Maya smiled warmly. "Thank you. Yours is beautiful too. I saw your post about helping out at the shelter. That's the kind of beauty the world needs more of." The two women quickly bonded over their shared commitment to kindness and their desire to make a difference. They started collaborating on projects to support local charities, host community cleanups, and raise awareness about mental health. The app had sparked something deeper in them both, a sense of purpose and a drive to help others see their own inner beauty. As Ella worked more closely with Maya, she realized that true beauty had done more than just highlight her kindness, it had changed the way she saw the world. Instead of focusing on the negative, on what was missing, or what wasn't perfect, she now sought the beauty in everyone and everything. Whether it was a small gesture of kindness from a stranger or a friend offering support in a difficult time, Ella began to see beauty everywhere. She wasn't just seeing people for how they looked anymore, she was seeing them for who they truly were. One day, as Ella stood in front of a crowd at a charity event, speaking about the importance of kindness, she felt a surge of confidence she had never felt before. For the first time, she truly felt beautiful, not just in the way others might see her, but in the way she saw herself. She had become part of something bigger than herself, and she knew that this was the kind of beauty that would never fade. I used to think beauty was only skin deep, Ella said, her voice steady and clear. But true beauty has shown me that the most important beauty comes from within. It's in every act of kindness, every moment of empathy, and every opportunity to make the world a better place. The crowd cheered, and Ella felt a warmth inside her that had nothing to do with the applause. It was the warmth of knowing that, in her own small way, she was helping to change the world. True beauty wasn't just an app anymore, it was a movement, one that had the power to transform lives, encourage personal growth, and remind everyone that true beauty could be found in the most unexpected places. As Ella left the event that night, she looked up at the stars. She had always felt insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but now, she understood that everyone had their own unique light to shine. And that light, the light of kindness, was the truest form of beauty anyone could ever possess. As the weeks went by, the influence of the True Beauty app grew even more profound. What started as a simple tool to visualize inner beauty had evolved into a worldwide movement. People from all walks of life were sharing their true beauty images, not just to promote kindness, but to encourage self-acceptance and the celebration of differences. The world was slowly changing. Social media, once a place of comparison and perfection, now blossomed with messages of hope, self-love, and collective action. Ella and Maya, having worked closely together on several community initiatives, had become leaders of this new movement. They were invited to speak at conferences, host workshops, and even collaborate with major brands to create campaigns that promoted inner beauty over superficiality. But despite their newfound fame, they never lost sight of what had truly mattered from the start, the importance of staying true to oneself. One evening, after an exhausting but fulfilling day of meetings, Ella and Maya sat together on a rooftop, overlooking the city. The sun was setting, casting a golden hue across the skyline, and they reflected on how far they had come. "I still can't believe how much has changed," Maya said, her voice tinged with awe. "It's like the whole world finally woke up to something so simple, yet so powerful." Ella nodded, feeling the weight of it all. "It's not just the app. It's the people. People are starting to realize that they don't have to hide behind filters or pretend to be someone they're not. True beauty isn't just about what's on the outside, it's about embracing who you truly are and sharing that with the world." Maya smiled, her aura glowing warmly in the dimming light. "And it all started with us. Just two people who believed in something." Ella laughed softly. "It feels like we've been part of something much bigger than ourselves, doesn't it?" They sat in comfortable silence for a moment, watching as the last rays of the sun disappeared behind the horizon. It was in these quiet moments that Ella felt the most at peace. True beauty had given her a voice, a purpose, and most importantly, the ability to see the beauty in everything. As the movement spread, it also started to influence the next generation. Young children, who had grown up with true beauty, started to embrace kindness as a central part of their lives. Schools began teaching children about empathy, how to communicate their feelings, and the importance of helping others. It wasn't just about trying to be perfect, it was about striving to be kind, authentic, and compassionate. The ripple effect of this new mindset was undeniable, and Ella often received messages from parents and teachers thanking her for helping to create a better world for the next generation. True beauty wasn't a trend, it had become a way of life. And as Ella and Maya looked back at the journey they had taken, they knew the app had done something even greater than they ever imagined. It had changed hearts, minds, and the very foundation of society itself. One day, as they were reflecting on their achievements during a community event, Ella spoke to the crowd, her voice strong and steady. "We've learned that beauty doesn't come from how we look. It comes from what we do, how we treat others, and how we choose to live our lives every single day. True beauty isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity, kindness, and embracing the unique light that each of us carries." The crowd applauded, and Ella felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The work wasn't over, but they had made a lasting impact, a movement that would continue to grow long after they were gone. As she looked out at the faces of those who had joined the journey, Ella realized that the true beauty she had discovered wasn't just her own, it was the beauty in everyone around her. And it was this shared light that would guide the world toward a brighter, more compassionate future. Years passed, and true beauty had evolved beyond anyone's expectations. The app had now become a global movement, integrated into schools, workplaces, and communities around the world. What started as a small, revolutionary concept had grown into a deep cultural shift, a shift that encouraged people to redefine beauty, not as an external measure, but as an internal force that radiated through actions, words, and connections. Ella and Maya had become icons in the movement, but their focus had never been on fame. They worked tirelessly to push for even more change. They launched initiatives to address mental health in underserved communities, partnered with organizations to promote equal opportunities for all, and continued to inspire people of all ages to embrace their inner beauty. Together, they had created a network of support that spanned continents, and the True Beauty Foundation was born, dedicated to empowering others to cultivate self-love, compassion, and understanding. One day, as Ella and Maya stood in front of a group of young leaders at a summit, they reflected on the immense progress they had seen over the years. The world had changed in ways they had once only dreamed of. Social media platforms now celebrated authenticity and vulnerability. People no longer sought approval based on the way they looked, but on the kindness they showed to others and the positive contributions they made to their communities. "Look at them," Maya whispered, as they watched a group of teenagers discuss ways to spread kindness online. "This is the future we fought for." Ella smiled, her heart swelling with pride. "We didn't just change the world, Maya. We've inspired the world to change itself." The next generation was stepping up. Young activists, driven by the ideals of true beauty, were tackling issues like climate change, social justice, and equality with a heart-driven approach. Ella had never felt more hopeful about the future, but despite all the progress, Ella knew that the work was never truly done. There would always be new challenges, new hurdles to overcome. Yet, she had learned a valuable lesson throughout her journey, that real beauty was not a destination, but a continuous process of growth, love, and action. As long as there were people willing to make a difference, the light of true beauty would continue to shine. As Ella and Maya prepared to close the summit with a final message, Ella took a deep breath and stepped up to the podium. She looked out at the sea of faces, people from all over the world, eager to create change. And in that moment, she knew that the legacy of true beauty would live on, far beyond the app or any individual effort. It would live on in the hearts of those who chose to act with kindness, to love with purpose, and to see the beauty in everyone they met. We've learned, Ella said, her voice clear and full of conviction, that beauty is not something you can measure or see with your eyes. It's a force that lives inside each and every one of us, and it can be seen through the way we treat others, through our willingness to help, to listen, to love without expectation. The true beauty of the world lies in the way we uplift each other. The room erupted in applause, but this time, Ella didn't just feel the warmth of the crowd's approval. She felt a deep sense of connection, a bond with everyone in the room, and with the generations to come. True beauty had ignited a spark in people's hearts, and that spark would never go out. As Ella and Maya left the stage, hand in hand, they knew their mission wasn't finished. They had sparked a movement, but there was still so much more to do. There would always be more to fight for, more beauty to uncover. And as long as they had the strength to keep going, they would continue to inspire the world to see what they had always known: true beauty is found within. Years later, true beauty had become more than just an app. It was a movement, woven into the very fabric of society. What Ella and Maya had started, an idea rooted in kindness, empathy, and self-love, had inspired millions around the world. Their foundation had grown, not just as a symbol of inner beauty, but as a beacon of hope for a world in need of change. People no longer measured their worth by likes or followers, but by the impact they made, the kindness they shared, and the love they gave. One evening, as Ella sat in a quiet room, scrolling through messages of gratitude from around the world, she felt a sense of peace she had never known before. The fight to redefine beauty had been long and difficult, but she knew in her heart that they had won. The world was a better place because of the efforts of so many individuals who had chosen to look beyond the surface and see each other for who they truly were. Maya, who had been by her side since the very beginning, walked in and smiled. "You know, we did it, right?" Ella looked up, a soft smile playing on her lips. "We did. And it's not just because of us. It's because of everyone who believed in true beauty, who believed in the power of kindness and authenticity." The two women stood together, looking out at the world they had helped shape. It wasn't perfect, but it was better. The journey had been challenging, but the rewards had been worth it. They had not just changed a generation, they had ignited a fire that would burn for years to come, lighting the way for others to follow. And as Ella walked out into the world once more, she realized something. True beauty had never been about the app, or even about the movement. It was about every person who had taken that first step to see the beauty inside themselves, and in turn, share that beauty with the world. That was the true power of beauty. And it would last forever.